All right, guys, Mikey here from Mikey's Iron Rage. And guys, do I got one hell of a Phil the Gift Heath video for you today. And it's a two-part video on Phil the Gift Heath. We're going to do it at the 2011 Mr. Olympia, and then we're going to do it at the 2017 Mr. Olympia. And now I know what you guys are going to fucking say. Mikey, why would you put arguably one of the best versions of Phil the Gift Heath up against one of the worst versions of Phil the Gift Heath? Now, guys, hear me out. I was watching the 2017 Mr. Olympia night show footage last night, and I gotta say, he didn't look that bad. He really didn't. Because from prejudging to the night show, what a difference. Prejudging, he looked somewhat blocky. He looked ripped and conditioned, but his midsection was out of control in prejudging. But by the night show in 2017, he tucked that midsection in nicely. He really did. He came out looking harder, drier. He just looked more conditioned than he did in prejudging, and he looked a little more conditioned than he did here at the 2011 Mr. Olympia night show, because the 2000 Mr. Olympia prejudging version of Phil Heath was good, but I always liked the night show version of Phil Heath a little bit better, and I'm sure you guys do too. But take your pick, because they were both great showings. But anyways, guys, I want to know what you think about this version of Phil Heath and what you think about the 2017 version of Phil Heath, because you're going to be very surprised to see how good Phil Heath looked at the night show in 2017. I'm telling you guys, he was more conditioned than he was here. Now, I'm not saying that he was better in 2017. But I am saying that he was really good in 2017. Now, he never won a Mr. Olympia after 2017, because 2018, Sean Roden won it. And then 2019, Brandon the Beast Curry won it. And then 2020, Big Ramy won it. And do I think Big Ramy's going to win it again? Maybe, maybe not. He's got to come in condition. If he comes in condition, I don't think anybody's going to beat Big Ramy. You got who? William Bonac? He's just too short and blocky, in my opinion. I never really liked his physique. Rolly Winkler, he's getting old, man. He's like 46. These guys aren't young. They're not spring chickens, a lot of these guys. They're getting older. If Sean Roden was still competing, I think Sean Roden would be like 47 by now. Something like that, because he was 44 when he won the Mr. Olympia contest. But I digress. Phil Heath, though, doesn't he look like he was pumped up with an air pump? Doesn't he? Look at how fucking full. I mean, he takes the fullness to a whole nother fucking level. He is so full. And that's from the peptides, guys. The peptides is what gives you that puffy look. All these guys love to take peptides nowadays. That's why back in the day, in the 90s, the guys looked more paper-thin skin and harder, because they weren't using peptides. But I digress again. Now, guys, check out Phil Heath in 2017 at the night show. Because like I keep saying, the night show was a whole different story than prejudging. He looked a lot better than he did in prejudging. I tell you that. The night show was so much better. And he was so much more conditioned, like I keep saying. And that's why I wanted to bring you guys this footage of Phil Heath at the 2017 Mr. Olympia. Now, the midsection is protruding, don't get me wrong, but it was worse in prejudging. Now, if Phil Heath's midsection was nice and tight like it was in 2011 or 2013 or even 2012 for that matter, Phil Heath would look ridiculous right now. This might be one of the best versions of Phil Heath if he had a tighter midsection. But I'm just here to show you guys this footage because I didn't think he looked that bad at the night show in 2017. And his physique looks sort of the same as it did in 2011. He's just a little bit bigger with a little bit of a bigger midsection. And he's a little more diced, in my opinion. He's not as oiled up and he's not as tanned up, but he looks great. And the lighting is actually good too, because we all know that the Mr. Olympia lighting sucks. It really does, especially night show footage. I mean, the lighting is always horrible, very dark, very, very dark. But let's see Phil Heath transition from pose to pose, because that was his problem in 2017, 2016, when his transitioning from pose to pose, his fucking stomach hangs out like crazy. Backwise, he didn't lose a goddamn thing from behind. He always looked fucking great from behind. Hams, glutes, his calves suck, but his hams, glutes on point. Rear double bicep wise on point. But look at the gut. Look at how he sticks that gut out. Oh, man, when these guys hit back shots, their guts hang out like fucking crazy. Now, his rear lat spread was always ridiculous. Rear double bicep, always ridiculous. His rear lat spread looks like a fucking piece of armor. Like somebody put a piece of armor on his back. I mean, from behind, he's untouchable. But that midsection is the focal point of the fucking whole physique, and it's killing the physique. But besides that, like Sean Ray said, because Sean Ray was doing the commentary for this competition, and he said it. If it wasn't for that midsection, Phil Heath would be absolutely perfect. And I agree, but the judges just had enough of the bullshit. Every year after 2013, Phil would come in with a bubble gut. And that's why 2018, they gave it to the aesthetic Sean Roden. Flexitron, Sean Roden. Then it went to the aesthetic Brandon Curry. And then it went back to the big guy, Big Ramy. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Mikey's Iron Rage. Peace out.